Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Parts Talk. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Now, today, dealerships find themselves at the forefront of both unprecedented challenges and opportunities. And why I say this is because the automotive sector right now has been going through a roller coaster ride within the last 5 years. Some may say it's a seismic shift towards EVs, but it's coupled with lower than expected decline in sales right now in the midst of economic uncertainties that everyone in particularly is going through. Dealerships will be forced to adapt and innovate to thrive in this thing we call a new era, a new paradigm. The EV mandate looms largely over the automotive industry. So you had manufacturers like Ford, GM, Stellantis, Volkswagen, to name a few. They all tried to accelerate their efforts in transitioning to electric mobility. Quite a few other startups, electric vehicle manufacturing company went under. And along with the help of their respective governments, well, particularly here in the West, they tried to set, they call it ambitious EV targets for adoption. The automakers felt that like they were racing against the clock because it was within a 10-year span, 2035 to be exact, that's the average the EV rollout for new models would have to be. But the infrastructure to support electric vehicles, the regulatory requirements were lacking, very much lacking. Some automakers now, they went ahead, create state-of-the-art production facilities, and they went ahead without the necessary research and development. They were investing billions of dollars to bring EVs to the masses. We call it the stakes. The stakes has never been higher for a lot of automakers, and they gambled on this electrified future. And this included gambling with the lives of their workers and that of the workers' families. Thousands of people have been laid off since this mandate has come in effect. And remember, we're coming off a pandemic where millions of people were grossly affected. Some were laid off, some just went ahead and changed careers totally. The traditional car market sales are now facing headwinds, meaning that they're falling off. They're falling so bad. Factors such as soaring interest rates, elevated vehicle prices because we had a chip shortage, and manufacturing material shortages caused from the pandemic. When vehicles started coming in, there was a shortage of vehicles. However, manufacturers thought that they would hike the prices, and this resulted in a higher than usual repossession rate. And this all contributed to a decline in consumer demand and the purchasing power, and the list goes on. I've always maintained the fact, and those who are in the automotive industry knows this, disposable income by vehicles. So with disposable income shrinking, consumers, they have to be rethinking their spending habits. And this led to a shift in demand towards smaller, more affordable cars, which seem to be non-existent at this point in time. Now, why do I say this? Take a look at this ad. We have a 2025 Ioniq 5 electric vehicle, electric N series. I took it off one of the dealers' website here in Toronto, and the asking price for this is $80,000, $877, based on the list price here. That's $78,199 MSRP plus additional fees. Now get this, the drive range you're looking at is 356 kilometers. Now you're going to purchase a vehicle. This is going to estimate around $90,000 after taxes and fees have been incurred. $90,000 for a Hyundai Ioniq 5. Imagine that. Not only this ad, and if we should go over to Tesla, remember they maintained the same shape throughout the years. Now imagine you're in your 2024 Tesla Model X and someone in a 2014 looking across from you rolls up on you by the stoplight. So except for maybe the rims and a few trims, nothing actually stands out in this model. They all look the same. Earlier this month, Tesla reported a decline in their quarterly deliveries for the first time in nearly 4 years. And they're saying that the fall of sales was attributed to logistical issues. But the analysts say that slowing demand for EVs played a role, and they have been dropping prices. Tesla, as a matter of fact, has been dropping prices to keep the production line running. I'm still friends with people who work at dealerships. One of them said the current market conditions, it's a real challenge for his dealership, and they're really feeling the pinch as customers are really hesitant to make what they think is a big ticket purchase. Remember, purchasing a car is the second largest investment, one-time investment you'll make outside of buying a home. Buying a home is number one. And this is going on amid the ongoing economic uncertainties right now. Another former co-worker of mine said the pushback against the EV mandate, it's very much real. They are concerned about the feasibility, affordability of EVs. They are concerned, meaning that the dealership are concerned that the prices of EVs are going to be really out of reach for the average consumer. Look back at this price right here, this Ioniq 5 2025 model. We have to remember the pace of sales has been cut in half, and this is according to a JD Power. Now, according to JD Power, they're a global data and analytics firm, said the pace of EVs, the pace of sales have been cut in half. The first quarter of 2023, it took an average of 22 days to sell an EV in Canada. I'm talking about Canada, compared to about 42 days for a gas-powered vehicle. Today, in 2024, it takes about 55 days to sell an EV compared to 51 days for a gasoline car. The average time to sell an EV is increasing tremendously over that of gasoline vehicle. People are going back to gas vehicle because EVs are getting far too expensive. Where do we actually go from here? Obstacles are nothing new in dealerships. I've worked in the dealership environment for more than 20 years. Each time the challenges come, we saw it as an opportunity to redefine the role in what we do in the automotive system. Only the strongest will survive, and a lot of people are walking away. But where does that leave the dealership staff overall based on this EV mandate? Hopefully we can make working at a dealership great again. In my time, it was actually satisfying to work at a dealership. They have to be diversifying their product offering. They have to prioritize the customer experience. It was all about that in the beginning. But a lot of salesmen, particularly the salesmen and those who are facing the customer, we all have to go back to basics. Dealerships are going to have to reposition themselves because automakers can and will find a way to sell directly to consumers. Ford wanted to do that. Tesla is already doing it. So in the end, only the strongest dealership will survive. And I really and truly hope that this industry will grow stronger without the interference of the government mandate. What can we do? As usual, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. Please smash that like button on your way out. It will only take you 1.5 seconds to do so. Until next time.